Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pokemondays on the Dynamite channel. I'm Chipper. There's a lot to talk about this week, so let's just get started. First off, last week I wanted to give you an update about the vaultx altercation that I had with the vaultx shipment that came in. We ordered maybe like 100 or maybe even more of these different colors. I have a black. I have one for each generation. I have as many as there are expansions. So we ordered a lot of vaultx binders. It had to be placed in two different orders because it was such a large order. The smaller order came, and then this is like a month ago, and then like I waited 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, nothing, and I finally no updates on the shipping. I had the tracking, and it was just like sent to shipper was the last like update that I received, and finally reached out to customer service a couple weeks ago. They got back like, oh, sorry. Yeah, it looks like it wasn't sent to the shipper. Let me figure out what's going on and how we can fix it. I was like, great. A few days later, I received an email, or not even an email. It was just a notification of cancellation of the order. And I was like, oh no. So I messaged the representative back from vaultx and was like, hey, is there any way that I can, replace that order? Oh yeah, no problem. We'll give you a 15% discount code for the trouble. And I was like, oh, awesome. Let me go do that. So I went online, and of course, every single one of the colors of these binders are like out of stock now. And so I got back and I was like, hey, like, what can I do? Is there any way I can place this order? And they were like, oh no, just turn on the notifications, and yeah, everything's out of stock. So just good luck when they come back. And I was like, that's not good enough. So this took like another like week or 2 weeks to figure this out. And finally, that representative was like, oh, I spoke with my manager, and good news, we will be shipping that out. I'm really sorry for the trouble, and then send me the invoice. I repaid it. Long story short, it came in like 3 days, man. It was like so many binders. There's just boxes over here like of vaultx binders that I still haven't put everything into. I'm still converting from some of these 9 pockets to the 12 pockets. Because back in the day, I used to just, for the collection, I was just getting like, this is the sword and shield base. It was just the like one, I can open it up here. You can tell what I'm talking about. It's just like one of each card. But like, since I started doing the master sets, like we're going to need a bigger boat. So anyway, it came, and I'm in the process now of converting everything that I have masters of in there. And then even the ones that that I don't have master collections for yet, I'm going to put what I have in there and then just designate. It'll be really easy to pull and say, okay, I need this card, and hopefully that keeps everything in the collection organized. And especially as I'm trying to figure out what I need to order for each set, because this X and Y stuff, it was chaos. They're just stacks of so many reverse hollows from this, and then somebody would send me one and it wouldn't be a reverse hollow, and then I'd have to like try to find that again, and it was chaos. So hopefully this remedies some of that. The other thing was, me and Romina wanted to, or tried to, do a live stream for the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, and they did a Nintendo Direct on it, and Romina and I were we recorded the whole thing, and I don't know, the stream did not work. So we decided to just delete that out off of the channel. But hopefully in the future, we learn how to do the live streams, and we'll be able to do live streams when cool events and things like that happen. So that could be cool. Be on the lookout for that. On that Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, they did say there's going to be a free upgrade for Scarlet and Violet, which I think we all are grateful for, because it was tough, man. It was tough in 2023 and 2024 trying to play that game, and it was just the system or the game. It was just trying as hard as it could to work, and there were just frame rate drops up and down the game. So hopefully this fixes some of those issues. And then obviously Legend ZA, they haven't said like the price of how much that's going to be, that game's going to be, but they did say that the upgrade, like on the Switch 2 version, would run 4K at 60 frames per second, which would be amazing. Um, some of the suppliers, I think it was Nvidia, said that their chip that they have in there now, the uh, components of the Switch 2 make it to where the Switch 2 is 10 times more powerful than the Switch. So I don't know, some combination of ray tracing and being able to scale some of that stuff up to 4K seems like they created some pretty innovative uh, processes to make that happen. So I'm really excited about that. And it got me thinking though about Switch 2, and this is something that I'm curious to y'all's opinion as well. So leave your comments below. Ever since Pokemon switched from like the 2D versions of the animations to like the blobby like 3D versions, maybe I'm just being an old man, but I just do not enjoy that. Like I'm okay with switching back to a 2D style at some point and going or fixing that. I just don't like Dragonite was the first one when I saw the 3D version of Dragonite, and I was like, that's not what I had in mind for for Dragonite. But let me know if I'm just being like a curmudgeonly like grandfather, or if that's something that an opinion that you might share as well. So it was the Switch 2. I went ahead after the Switch 2 reveal, put in my Switch Online information, put in the to get the notification for pre-orders. Pre-orders were supposed to go live for some of the retail stores, I think April 8th or April 9th, and a couple of hours after Nintendo revealed the Switch 2, Trump came in with the tariffs, and Nintendo, I think it was the next day, said, okay, we're not going to start the pre-orders April 9th, but the release date of June 5th is, for the moment at least, still intact. So the system's still coming out June 5th, but we don't know when pre-orders are going to be. And we don't know what the price of the Switch 2 is going to be, because it was going to be 450 USD. And I think that is really in the there's a big possibility that could be changing, because there's a 24% tax on Japanese goods. And I think Japan was trying to be proactive about this by putting some of their production processes into Vietnam, and Vietnam got hit with like 46%. So Nintendo may have been blindsided by that. What I'm hoping is that there are some carve outs if this holds up, if this if the tariffs like don't just die tomorrow or something, that there are at least cutouts. I think Nvidia, for example, has cutouts for their microchips, and I think, and hopefully like Nintendo could maybe speak with the administration about trying to carve out some kind of agreement there. I know car manufacturers are getting hit really hard, but I don't know. It's just really hard to say. I'm not going to say whether or not it's in the long term it's the best interest or worst interest. That's not what the concern of this is. This video is. It's really just from how is it going to affect us as consumers of Pokemon and lovers of Japan and all of that. And I think it's for Pokemon enthusiasts is twofold. Like, one, obviously the Pokemon cards may go up because the cards are manufactured here now. But like if you get an ETB, for example, the dice that comes in there, a lot of that stuff's made, I think, in Vietnam. But a lot of that stuff is made in other places. So we may be seeing a bump in that. The Japanese cards, trying to get booster boxes and stuff from the last few Japanese sets has gotten ridiculous. I would expect that to continue or possibly get worse in the short term. Hopefully in the long term, something gets ironed out. And then the second thing would be, obviously, the effect it has on Nintendo on these mainline games. Is it going to affect the console? Is it going to affect some of the video game prices, because some of the games have received a lot of criticism. People were throwing around $80, $90, $100 price points. Nothing official as of yet, but I believe there may actually be different price points depending on whether you're buying digital, whether you're purchasing that physical game. But stay tuned. I think that some of this should be ironed out here in the next month or so, and we'll see even if these tariffs hold, or if there, like I said, there are carve outs or negotiations that make it to where there it isn't so drastic. Because I mean, I'm hearing iPhones that could cost $2,400, or just and that's if Apple takes a cut of their like into their revenue from their suppliers or whomever. So be on the lookout for that. Another something else about China. The Chinese sets have been coming out, and the Chinese sets are trying to release some Scarlet and Violet era stuff, and then just kind of throwing some other things in the back into some of those sets to catch up to the US and Japanese counterparts, especially in the simplified Chinese. So the Chinese sets, I think in Hong Kong and Taiwan, they use traditional Chinese characters, but in mainland China, they're using simplified Chinese. So but not only, this is the important part, not only are they catching up, from some of the previous sets and the Scarlet Violet era sets, they're also they have like proprietary, like new cards that are only for China, the Chinese market, which is really crazy because, in the past, when it was always like, are they Japanese cards? Are they English cards? We would find a way, okay, well, this was in this set, but then it's going to come over as a US promo. And then, we would find a way in different sets to get some of those cards. But since some of these sets have been printed so long ago, I don't think we're going to get any of these. And there was already, I think, Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard last year that came out in China that were really like pretty cool cards that I don't think we'll ever have a chance to procure. And in this last set, the latest set, I think it's called Fearless Terrastal in China. They have an Arcanine EX card. You should look it up. It's really, really cool. It's a Arcanine EX card, and they made it for China. It's exclusive for China. I don't think we will ever be able to get that unless we, try to find a way to call our friends in China and say, hey, can you send that over? And God knows what the what the tariff rate is going to be on China now, because there was already 20%. Now there's an added 30 something percent onto that. So that is, a lot of that stuff is up in the air, but hopefully it works itself out in the next month, and I'll be here to cover it for you. Also, we have this week, One Piece is coming back. This isn't Pokemon related, but for the channel, Romina and I are going to be doing some reviews on the or recaps of the One Piece episode every week. And I think Sakamoto Days, me and Romina and Dan have some Sakamoto Days videos coming up pretty soon too, so look out for that. Anyway, have a great week, everyone, and I'll see y'all next time.